The House Justice Committee, chaired by Congressman Neil Tupas, dismissed 3 impeachment complaints filed against President Aquino for insufficiency in substance, 2 complaints in connection with the President's implementation of the Disbursement Acceleration Program declared unconstitutional by the Supreme Court, and 1 with regards to the EDCA signed between the Philippines and the United States for unconstitutionality. Joining us tonight here on NewsLife is AKBAYAN Party List Congressman Ibarra Gutierez. Sir, welcome to NewsLife.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Sir, first, please explain briefly what sufficiency in substance means, and how does the committee determine what substance is in a complaint?
Well, as explained earlier by Chairman Neil Tupas, who was quoting from the rules of impeachment of the House of Representatives, sufficiency of substance requires that there be a recital of facts constituting the offense charge and determinative of the jurisdiction of the committee. In simple language, all it means is that each individual member of the House Committee on Justice has to ask himself or herself, if we take the allegations as true, if we take the allegations as they are they actually a sufficient basis for impeaching the officer charged, in this case the president. So that's the long and short of it. Are the allegations sufficient basis for removing the president from office?
And sir, what was the basis for the Justice Committee to vote for the insufficiency in substance? And what is your argument? Is this the same view expressed for other members of the committee to junk the impeachment complaint against the president?
Well, I really can't speak for everybody who voted. The vote was 54-4. So you had 54 members of the committee having their own reasons for deciding that there was an insufficiency in substance. But for my part, I think that at the end of the day, I took a look at the allegations contained in the 3 complaints, their assertions of supposed violations committed by the President of the Constitution. And I asked myself, is this taken as a whole, even if we assume them to be true, are they sufficient to actually remove the President from office? And take note, when we talk about an impeachment of a President, we are talking about overturning the mandate of the 15 million Filipinos who voted him into office last elections in 2010. So that standard has to be met. That line has to be crossed. Are the allegations, if taken as true, do they contain sufficient basis? Do they tell a story of acts so egregious that we should remove the president for it, even if it means overturning that electoral mandate? And I think that, for my part, reading through the complaints and listening to the explanations of the endorsers, that particular standard wasn't met.
Sir, the 3 impeachment complaints being dismissed, what statement do you think does this give out to the ones who submitted the complaints in the first place?
Well, it simply means that next time they should come more prepared. In other words, they should ensure that whatever it is that they allege in their complaints, which after all is well within their control, should be enough to convince a majority of their peers in Congress, particularly in the House Committee on Justice, that acts that have been committed that are so grave, so unacceptable, that we should remove the president for them. Obviously, that was not met here in this case, and if you go back to what Congressman Rufus Rodriguez said during this committee hearing, in his opinion, even the form was defective. But in any event, that is water under the bridge. The committee decided to be liberal in so far as form is concerned. But clearly, they did not do their homework here. The adequate preparation necessary to ensure a successful impeachment was absent in this particular case.
Sir, the report of the committee will be submitted to plenary for a final vote. Do you think the plenary will uphold the dismissal of the complaints?
Well, I really can't say, but judging from the overwhelming 54-4 vote in the House Committee on Justice, it's very unlikely that will be reversed. Under the Constitution, you require 1/3 of the total membership of the House of Representatives to actually vote in favor. I think that's 98 at present. So if in one committee, all you can muster is 4 votes, out of 58 who were there present and voting, that doesn't bode well for the complaint. Besides, as pointed out by Congressman Miro Kimbo during the deliberations during the committee earlier, he pointed out that out of all the members of the House of Representatives, all 292 members, only 7, all of them coming from one block, were the ones who endorsed. Nobody else was actually convinced to support this complaint. And again, I think that this is an indication that it does not bode well for a reversal of the committee decision, even when this is taken up in plenary next week.
Sir, while you're saying that this is an opinion of the majority, that they fully support the president, do you think that this the voice of a small minority is some sort of a feedback mechanism, some sort of a check and balance in what is happening in our government nowadays?
Well, definitely. That is why we in the Committee on Justice and in the House actually bent over backwards to have this process actually pushed through. We gave all the opportunities to the endorsers to actually make their case. Precisely because we understand that impeachment is partly a political process, and being a political process, it also requires that those people who are using it in order to critique the administration or to point out or raise certain issues that they disagree with the administration on should be given their opportunity to do so. But just let me clarify one thing you said. We did not dismiss this complaint because we are simply supporters of the president. We dismissed this complaint because we felt that everything taken into account, the contents of the complaint itself, the explanations of the endorsers, did not meet the standard for pushing through with impeachment.
Sir, now that another major hurdle has been passed after the sufficiency in form and then the substance, now this case is being dismissed, do you think now the House can move on to other activities like passing on the bills that are still pending in the House?
Well, I don't think they can move on because we haven't really stopped. All throughout the process of discussing this impeachment, other committees of the House of Representatives have been meeting. The most significant example of which was earlier when the Technical Working Group on Public Information, in fact, passed the consolidated version of the Freedom of Information law. But definitely, it is one distraction less, and hopefully it will pave the way for a greater degree of focus on, as you said, other issues that are in fact more pressing on the time of Congress. So we look forward to having that time and focus after this is put behind us.
All right, thank you very much, sir, for sharing with us your insights. That's Congressman Ibarra Gutierez of AKBAYAN.